The forest woke slowly that morning. The golden sunlight filtered through the tall, ancient trees, painting the leaves with delicate, warm light. Dewdrops sparkled like tiny crystals on the grass and flowers, while the soft murmur of the river created a gentle rhythm for the forest to wake by. A light breeze passed through, swaying the branches and rustling the leaves, carrying with it the faint scent of blossoms and wet earth. Near the edge of a small, cozy burrow, Roro, the little white rabbit, was hopping carefully across the soft, damp grass. His long ears twitched at every sound, the soft whisper of the wind, the gentle trickle of the river, the distant songs of awakening birds. His fur glowed softly under the warm morning sunlight, and his big, gentle eyes shone with curiosity and kindness. Beside him waddled Dodo, the small yellow duck, her smooth feathers gleaming in the sunlight. She moved carefully on her webbed feet, holding her tiny wings slightly out for balance. Dodo had a quiet, protective aura, and her soft eyes followed Roro with trust and warmth. Together, they collected colorful flowers, gently arranging them near their little home in the forest. The morning felt peaceful, almost magical, until a faint, trembling sound reached them. At first, it was barely noticeable, almost blending with the rustle of the leaves. Then, it became clearer. Chee, chee, chee. Roro froze, his ears standing straight up. Dodo tilted her head, listening closely. The forest seemed to pause along with them. Even the gentle breeze seemed to hold its breath. Roro whispered softly, "Dodo, someone's in trouble. I think they're hurt." Dodo nodded, her soft feathers ruffling slightly in the breeze. "Let's move slowly. We must be gentle. We can help." Carefully, the two friends tiptoed through the dew-covered grass, following the faint sound. Each step was soft, each movement deliberate, as if they were moving in harmony with the forest itself. The tiny cries became clearer as they approached a large banyan tree at the edge of the clearing. Beneath its sprawling leaves, they saw her, a tiny, light blue baby bird, shivering and alone. Her small wing was wrapped gently in a soft leaf bandage, and her round, teary eyes seemed too big for her fragile little face. She was frightened, weak, and utterly alone. Roro crouched slowly, careful not to startle her. He did not reach out immediately. Instead, he sat quietly nearby, letting her see that he posed no threat. Dodo hovered softly beside them, holding a single drop of water in her beak, her soft eyes filled with concern and warmth. "Little friend, we're here," Dodo whispered. "You don't have to be afraid." The baby bird sniffled, blinking up at them. Her tiny body trembled, but within her eyes, a small spark of hope began to shine. Slowly, cautiously, she leaned her head a little toward Roro, as if saying, "Please, don't leave me." Roro smiled gently. "We're right here, little one. You're safe with us." Dodo set the water drop carefully near her beak. The bird sipped it slowly, her tiny chest rising and falling with each delicate breath. Roro arranged soft flowers around her, creating a little nest of warmth and safety. Every movement was slow, deliberate, and full of care. There were no words, only presence, kindness, and love. Over the next few moments, the baby bird's trembling began to subside. The soft murmur of the forest, combined with the gentle, reassuring presence of Roro and Dodo, made her feel safer than she had in hours. Slowly, her tiny wing twitched, testing the bandage, while her bright eyes scanned the two friends who had come to her aid. "You're safe," Dodo whispered again, her voice a soft melody in the morning air. "We won't go anywhere." Encouraged, the baby bird slowly placed her tiny head in Roro's paw, a small gesture of trust. Roro's eyes softened. "We'll take care of you. You're not alone anymore." 2 days of gentle care. For the next 2 days, Roro and Dodo stayed close to the little bird. They sang soft songs to her, told gentle stories of the forest, and made a small cozy home for her from flowers, leaves, and soft moss. Each day, they watched her gain confidence in small ways, a tiny flap of a wing, a brave chirp, a small hop. Roro would find soft, healing leaves called narampata in the forest and gently wrap them around the bird's injured wing. Dodo would bring fresh drops of water from the river, letting her sip slowly and safely. Every motion was soft, tender, deliberate. The forest itself seemed to slow down around them, creating a magical space where nothing could harm the little bird. By the second day, the baby bird's eyes were brighter. She chirped softly, and her small wings twitched with strength and hope. She began to explore her little flower nest, hopping carefully onto the surrounding grass, always under the watchful eyes of Roro and Dodo. The tiny bird had even learned to recognize the voices of her new friends. Whenever Roro spoke softly, she would tilt her head, and whenever Dodo quacked gently, she would flutter her wings in response. A small bond of trust had formed, delicate yet unbreakable. The first flight attempt. On the morning of the third day, the sunlight filtered through the banyan leaves in soft, golden beams. The little bird stretched her tiny wings, feeling the cool breeze against her feathers. Her eyes flickered with a mix of fear and determination. Roro knelt gently in front of her. "Take your time," he whispered. "We're right here." Dodo waddled beside them, holding a small drop of water as encouragement. The little bird flapped once, weakly. She teetered but stayed upright. She flapped twice, a bit steadier, gaining balance. On the third try, she almost fell. Roro reached out quickly, catching her softly, ensuring she did not hit the ground. "No fall. No fear," Roro whispered. Encouraged by their care, the baby bird took a deep, steadying breath. She flapped her wings once more and lifted off gently into the warm morning air. Not high, not far, just enough to feel the freedom of flying safely. The breeze ruffled her feathers, and the soft sunlight made her light blue wings shimmer. Dodo's eyes filled with happy tears. "She's flying. She's flying." The baby bird circled softly and landed near Roro and Dodo, her tiny heart full of gratitude. She hopped closer and used her small wings to hug both of them. "Thank you for staying with me," she chirped softly. Roro smiled. "Whenever someone is lost or afraid, friends stay." Dodo added, "Kindness always finds its way home." The forest celebrates. The forest seemed brighter that day. The river sparkled, the flowers shone with renewed colors, and the trees swayed gently in the warm breeze. Even the other birds chirped a little louder, celebrating the courage and the new bond between friends. Roro and Dodo sat beneath the banyan leaf, watching their little friend explore her surroundings. Every flutter of her wings, every tiny hop, reminded them of the power of gentle care, patience, and love. That morning, the little light blue bird learned something very important. Even the smallest friends can have the biggest hearts, and even the tiniest acts of kindness can heal a soul. As the sun climbed higher, casting a warm glow on the forest, the three friends sat together in peace. No words were needed, the warmth, love, and safety in their hearts spoke louder than anything else. The baby bird chirped happily, hopping on the soft moss, occasionally glancing at Roro and Dodo. She had learned to trust, to hope, and to embrace the gentle power of friendship.